Right, I'm just going to talk about some of the comments today on the last video. Um, I know the last video, the sound quality was really bad, and Laurie Gale, I know you mentioned it, and I want to say thanks for the recognition, and obviously saying my name and putting people in our direction. I appreciate that recognition. That's what we need. We need to identify people who are telling the truth. So, and questioning, obviously, just like yourselves. Anyway, I'll go to some of these comments. Okay. Yeah. First comment's for Reverse Course, and he's saying, let's say we find the door out here. What if we open the door and what is on the other side is the most beautiful, peaceful, loving paradise? Everybody is the same, there is no suffering, and all of the necessities of life are right at our fingertips. But what if we open the door to hell? A hell so unimaginably horrible, it makes all the suffering here on earth look like bliss. And what if once we open the door, we have to go in no matter what is on the other side? We can't go back, and we can't take any of our family members with us. If you found the door, would you open it? The answer to that question is yes, of course I would open it. That's my whole point here, is trying to find the exits to this fucking machine. Whatever the truth might be, and I've said it before, I keep my mind open to all possibilities. It might be that we're just in a petri dish, that your consciousness means nothing, or that you've got an eternal soul and this is a technology that you've been trapped with. I mean, my mind's open to any possibility, but I don't care what the truth is. If it's horrific, I still want to know. We deserve to know. And if that's what these gatekeepers, Illuminati, whatever people want to call them, are really protecting us from the unimaginable horror of our real existence, then fair dues, but we still need to know the truth. Okay, so. And then he's going on and he's saying, they don't exist to me. Now, I know I have said to people, look, your emotions and your mind are yours to take control of, right? And nobody can make you believe or feel anything, right? Now that's reality and that's truth, but the fact of the matter is that on this occasion there is a day, okay? There's a lie being pushed, right? There's somebody or something that's trying to keep you from knowing the reality of where you are. So in this case there is a day, it's being suppressed and there's a lie being actively pushed. So there is an enemy or a day in this occasion. You know, as I've said before, you know, there's no people running about making you believe things or wiring in the workings of your mind, making you believe what they want you to believe. That's your own choice. You know, and how your mind and your emotions what are doing to you, it's you that's in control of that. But as far as information that comes into your life, that can be controlled by other sources. So there is a day. What you need to do is be able to discern between truth and fiction, or to analyse what people are telling you. So I had a wee bit of back and forth with Reverse Course. You know, and he's saying, well, the powers that be are only imaginary. Well, they're not really imaginary. As I say, there is secret societies, there is groups of people who work together for a common purpose or a common goal. So this is a lie that's being pushed. Now, they're pushing this lie because they obviously know the full dimensions. The exploration that was done as the military equipment grew, they made discoveries, and they would have kept going and making discoveries. That's what I would have done. So to say that they don't know where we are or they're in as much confusion as us is utter bollocks. You know, they've taken what they know and managed to turn it into the Globe story. So, right. So next we've got Conspiracy Mystic. You guys should mount the camera and talk on camera together because A, I want to know what the man behind the camera looks like, and B, he's so loud. And then the hottie in the grass talks and I almost can't hear him. Just a suggestion, enjoying your vids, cheers. Right. Marty, it wouldn't be fair to the male population for Marty to go on camera. You know, he's such a pretty sight that it would just be jealousy galore, you know, so it's really for the male population's benefit that Marty doesn't go on camera. And saying that I'm a hottie, well, I don't take compliments well, so I'm getting a wee bit red-faced and embarrassed about that. And Laurie, you're another one that says this as well, getting me a redneck. Redneck in Scotland means embarrassed, no redneck as in redneck. And then Laurie made a comment and she done a great vid, and it's something that I'd spoke about previously in the Life After Death Consciousness video, talking about psychic people and why nobody has ever brought any real truth. Nobody's ever spoke to any spiritualist people and said, here, by the way, there's people that are lying about where you live, you know, because a spirit or whoever on the other side that would be known of this stuff would realise and understand how significant it is for you to have your foundations. And I can realise that here while I'm in this realm. So for higher spirits or whatever, I'm sure they would know, which tells me, as again as I pointed out before, that this whole construct, whatever it is, if there is spirits that you can't see, they're here working together to keep this machine operating. They're not here to help you and to free you, you know. What if these souls or whatever, they're affected by their beliefs as they pass over? You know, you've heard all this talk before, especially in like kind of mainstream religions, about when you die you go towards the light and stuff, you know. If you really had that belief strongly within yourself, what if you do go to the light and you meet these beings who are just there to keep you, and to keep you in the cycle? I mean, there's all these possibilities, but the point was really good because, as I say, I worked in a psychic centre and I've been running about these people my whole life. Now, I've met people who can read things about myself and I can read things about other people, but what's happening there isn't it? It's not like spirits are giving me the information or I'm tapping into some other unknown realm. No, there's this ability that we seem to have to be able to read each other, you know, where they are in their mind and their own experiences. But that doesn't mean that they're being fed information from another realm or they're tapping into some other realm. No, they're just reading it from you, you know. So it's not that I'm saying people can't have psychic abilities or be able to read things, but they're not getting any real information for these beings that they imagine that they're meeting or talking to. Maybe it's because there's a reason why we've been blinded and ignorance about the real truth and not having any memory of where we came from. Who knows? But I'm just going to waffle here because I'm just going through the comments and blah blah blah. So Laurie said, I think I want to do a video on the whole law of attraction crap. People who think they can sit and shit rainbows and unicorns and fix the whole world make no sense. Yeah, I agree. So the problem with this new age idea or the law of attraction thing, I mean, we have the ability, you know, I mean, things can come down to belief. And I learned a lot of this stuff through the Satanic Bible and reading people like Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley and people like that. Now, beliefs, internal beliefs, can have a power for you. And I call it transformational psychodrama. So, and we know it with the placebo, if somebody has an invested belief in something, then it will have an effect in their life, it will play a part in their life. But to say that, oh, I have a wish or a belief that I'm going to be a millionaire or I'm going to find the right parking space, and that will or belief or desire somehow has an effect on the objective reality, is fucking preposterous. Right? I just don't see that happening at all. We have the ability to change what's inside. You know the placebo, and that happens because people are invested by belief in a doctor or a nurse or whatever. Now that doctor or nurse can give them anything. It's that person's level of belief in them that gives it the power when they take the sugar cube or whatever it is. So would they have the ability? But it's not a, I can't affect your life. I can't sit and wishfully think or send out energy to affect your life. I can only transform myself. You know? And this whole law of attraction thing, obviously if you come out with the right, I'm a guy like I'll just reciprocate whatever I see. If somebody comes to me and they're nice and they're pleasant, they'll get it back. If they come to me and they show me shit, we're going to get shit back. And that's just a mirror effect. That's no the law of attraction. There's no mystical energy that's the conduit for all this kind of stuff. No, your actions is what's going to make stuff happen. Oh. Mindfulness. Doesn't thought come before the action? At this moment I have no chocolate cake. The chocolate cake is not in my now moment. I have the thought followed by the action. That's spot on. You know, you have the thought, and then obviously you've got to have the will and the desire and the action to make it happen. This is just the way this reality is. So. Tracy Cameron, you say you are an empath, but why diss other people's beliefs? To me, my friend, that is ego talk. Right. No, it's no ego talk, right? Because it's simple. Beliefs are a substitute for a truth. Okay? Beliefs are when you don't know and you just buy into your belief and that's it. And I don't. It's not that I go about attacking people personally. So I don't have an ego that way. It's an intellectual thing. I understand that beliefs are a substitute and they're not going to get us anywhere. So when I say I'm dissing people's beliefs, it's not that I'm getting into their private life and pulling them up for their beliefs. No, if they come to me, or if like yourself, if you're coming and you're listening to me, I'm going to say these things because that's the truth. I don't have any beliefs. I don't want to hold on to things that are going to blind me to what the possibilities are. So to say that it's ego talk is totally wrong. I'm sorry. And obviously the spiritual route, we spoke about that before. If things are happening to people, then it's the same as me with the sleep paralysis and stuff that happened when I was a kid. I know that was my experience, but I've got no way of proving that, so I don't talk about it that often. Because it causes problems. And as I say, this whole question of what shapes the earth we're on is a purely logical, natural science question. We don't need all this other stuff involved with it. You know, if I want to discuss a motorbike, I don't start talking about tractors, you know, or talking about football or rugby or whatever. You know, you stick to the subject that you're on. So, as I said about the beliefs, and I'm sorry I'm probably all over the place here, but see, this is the problem, you know. These people who think you're attacking personalities when you say that you disbelief, you're dissing somebody's beliefs. That's not what it's about. You know, we're not going to get anywhere as long as we let these people run about claiming all this nonsense. So. So Tracy Cameron then responds, I understand where you're coming from, but these people with their fixed beliefs feel safe and comfortable with it. All you can do is let them be and concentrate on your purpose. That is what I'm doing, Tracy. You know, I'm not going to these people and champing their door and telling them. I'm just making my videos and people are watching what I'm saying. You know, it's the same as you came to watch. I'm not putting it in places to try and affect people's beliefs. And again, I disagree with you. You know, just because I've got a belief and it's safe and it's comfortable for them doesn't make it right. Look at the shit we're in because people are adopting beliefs. We need to eradicate this type of mentality. You know, why have a belief? Don't sit and ponder about something when you can go and find out what it is. It's absolutely pointless. It's illogical and retarded. So, and again, I'm not going to their door and chatting it, saying it to them. Flat Earth Hub, great chat, brother. Have you watched Servant King? God bless. I checked Servant King out, and it's basically just along the lines of mind-body philosophy. You know, I've been involved with that stuff for a few years, so it was good to listen to it, and thanks for the recommendation. Um, and I recommend some people go and check out some of the mind-body philosophy talks, and you know, some good talks there. So, Sean Alger, I was in Leith for a few weeks and I miss you, Scott. Such solid sense, natural and real. Fine way of expressing that with language, not being sarcastic. Thanks, man. Well, thank you, Sean. And that's just the way it is here, and it's the way I am. It's just straight to the point. I don't see, there's no reason to mess about and beat about the bush, you know. Let's get right to it. So, Frankie Max, just came back to finish listening to you, Derek and co. So, for instance, the captors designed the Earth environment as well, and also know we will eventually push out. What have they designed outside the pen? You know, this is it. I mean, obviously I feel as if, right, this is a technology, and I've said it before, it's a construct. So when you construct something, it's false, it's fake within the larger natural environment. It's the same if I was to construct something here just now, you know, and have it as a sealed unit. You know, there's something else beyond I had to be here to make it. So I think Frankie, aye, that they're scared of pushing out. I look back at these so-called ancient civilizations and I wonder, where did they go? Maybe they just figured out that it was a machine they were inside and that there was more beyond to progress to. They maybe left, there was maybe a war at that time, who knows, and some of the ones that were left over were kept, and the breeding just started happening again and we started to build. I mean, there's so many possibilities. All I know is that I want to get to these as far to the edges as possible, into the centre, every nook and cranny that we can get to see what we can find, because only then will we get a better picture of what's going on. Anyway, just the same idea as having Satan as the lord of this plane, but even though it's a religious word, it's the only word to describe the creator of such a place, a satanic miscarriage of justice judge, which is what the God of the Old Testament is about. This is all what I have heard you talk about. Also the fact that life is suffering, this word means to put up with. To me sounds like to put up or hang, which also means amplify, magnify the suffer, which is what the allegory of Jesus Christ on the crucifix code is. Right, I'm sorry, but I'm just no well versed in like biblical stuff. So, but obviously I get what you mean. I've made that correlation before when people were talking about Satan, and it's a perfect allegory or whatever for describing this place. I've said it before, you know, many times. You know, when you really think deeply and ponder this place, it comes down to like, who the fuck would create this? You know, remove the predation and fine, I'll get on board with it and I'll accept it. But as of now, I'll never accept this place. The only thing I'm interested in is fucking leaving. When I use common sense, this is exactly what I see, but cannot determine as reality. I can only push my limit because I feel maternal for the bairn and want to prevent this and have justice. Well, I'm the same. This is why I'm doing it. Obviously for me, for my own reasons, I want to know where I am. But I look at my kids and I think, you know, do they have to go through this fucking confusion? Do they have to go through all this mess, living a false reality that's all based on no knowing where you're at? No, I don't. And I feel it's my responsibility to protect them for that. So I get you on that, Frankie, totally. JC Cameron again, not meaning you should believe what they are saying to be paramount. Research is good, you believe it or not. At the end of the day, you know deep down what you believe to be true, and I think you can only find the answers to your questions. Again, Tracy, I don't have beliefs, okay? I spoke about it in the last video. I've always had this gut feeling that I was something more, right? But I'm not going to waste time getting into pondering about what that is. I've done that for 30 years. I know that because I've not had the foundations of where I'm, that's caused a problem. And I know, and I'm going to stick to my guns, and I'm really serious when I say it. When we find out the true dimensions of where we are, it will take us back to who we are and why we're here. I don't have beliefs. I wish people would understand these words and stop attaching them, because it gets my back up. I hate it. I try and work through all that stuff to make sure that I'm eradicating beliefs. And Pavo, love the videos, guys. Keep them coming. Delighted to hear a fellow Glaswegian accent. Yeah, thank you very much for that comment. It's always nice to meet and see other local people who are coming on board with it. It's been a lonely place for the last year and a half, so it's great to see it finally spreading. Let's go back. There's so many people now are starting to get it, and it's a worry for me because I've been concerned with this now. Obviously people are aware that this is being released, and that they're trying to guide it. Now for me, where they're trying to guide it is what I'm seeing happening in the flat earth, and the amount of times I'm hearing that they've been hiding God, and Satan's running the show. It feels as if they're going to play out this whole biblical thing where there's a baddie and a saviour, because that's where people are stuck in. You know, they want somebody to blame and they want a saviour to help them. So it feels to me as if they're just going to offer people that. You know, and as I say, you hear it constantly. They've been hiding God. Now, if, as I said before, if I'm releasing this, what I'm going to have to do is put up this impression of a fight, like the evil's trying to suppress the truth and the truth's pushing forward, and there's this battle going on, so that when it actually comes out, you know, and they might have trials of justice, like astronauts going on trial, people who work for NASA being tried, you know, the governments will say, well, we just believe these liars as well, you know, and now that we've outed the evil, we now live under God's dome or God's kingdom, and we all need to unite under this. There's no religion, you know, because we're God's chosen people and blah blah blah. That's the way I see it going, and that's kind of frightening for me, because they'll try anything to stop us from getting to the sides or getting to the centre, whatever. You know, I'm not going to accept it, and I hope you don't accept it. Whatever they offer, fucking through it with a fine tooth comb. Back to one of the previous videos. Like, I'm leaving going to go back down that road because it's the same troll behaviour again. Show me a picture for Aberdeen to Norway and all this fucking crap. I can't be fucking bothered with that. And obviously your 5 Red Pairs character who showed these true colours again coming back with just nonsense. So, what can I say? There's so many people I want to mention, but I just can't remember all the names now. You know, as I say, Laurie Gale, I've been enjoying the last few videos. You know, that's what we need. We need people who want to question things properly. Obviously, mindfulness, I mean, helped me out. The guy realises what I've been saying for the last year and a bit, you know, and it's always been the same, and the reason it's been the same is because it's the truth, you know, and guys like Mindfulness are recognising it, and he's made some cracking wee videos to help promote the message. You know, there's so many other people. Davey, Antarctic Warrior, passionate, he wants the truth as well. And I don't want to leave anybody's name out here. I see this happening in all these wee cliques where they're mentioning name and they've got their wee group and they're mentioning name, and that's great, but everybody that's pushing the truth and everybody that's searching, you know, this is a shout out to you all. I can't list everybody's name. Obviously there's the plagiarisers and the people who are involved in this just for ego and to get what they can for themselves, but I can see that clear as day, and hopefully you can see it clear as day. We spoke about you before. I don't need to slag them personally, I don't need to call them names. Look at their content and what they're pushing. If it's unprovable, you know they're at it. Some people are just emotional and they get involved with their emotions. Flat Earth Vancouver BC, you know, and I understand where he was at, you know, because that's the way I used to be when I could see these manipulations going on. I wanted to just attack them and be venomous towards them, but I learned the older I got, the smarter I got, that I didn't have to do that. You know, as long as I can show up their content and bring that to the table and highlight that, then it shows their logical fallacies of these people, logical fallacies of these people, and their logical behaviours. So, and I'm thinking about doing maybe tonight, if somebody can help me out. You know, I've seen this when you can go on live and just chat and people can ask questions. I think I'll try that tonight. And obviously Laurie Gale and anybody else that's wanting to chat, just give me a shout. It'd be great to chat with some like-minded people. So, aye, that's about it. I've probably ranted and raved and talked a lot of shite because I wasn't really prepared today. So that's it, pretty much. You can join me in my journey home if you want. It's only a 5-minute journey today. So, peace. Will I chat? Will I say something for this wee walk? There's a puddle. Flat puddle. Level flat puddle. And obviously, I mean, guys like Quasi-Luminous, who are now saying what I've been saying for a long time about there possibly being a way out of here. You know, I agree with that totally, but what I don't agree with is the assumptions and claims that are being made within that about knowing what the whole thing's about and saying it with conviction that that's what it's about. I just would never do that. You know, logically it's led me to that kind of conclusion, but we still need to go and investigate in order to find it. So, anyway, enjoy the journey. Peace.